Hi everyone, hope you all are doing great today. So in this video I'm going to solve MCQs, and this is the reading passage from the latest book of IELTS academic book, and the title of the passage is The Unselfish Gene. So I'm going to show you how we're gonna do that. So first of all, we are going to mark the keywords from MCQs, and there is no need to read all those options. First, we are going to scan the passage, mark our keywords, and then come back and we'll find which of the option will match with the keywords. So in the first passage, we need to search what the writer doing. So let's see what the writer is doing in the first paragraph. There has been a general assumption. A general assumption means a common belief that why human beings are essentially selfish. We are apparently ruthless, which means we are rude with strong impulses to compete with each other. So it's all about having a common belief that why we are selfish. So let's see which option matches. So we are going to exclude out the unmatched option which doesn't match with the keywords. Here we can see that there is setting out two opposing views about human nature. So there are no two opposing or contradictory views, so we are going to opt this one. Justifying his opinion about our tendency to be greedy. He doesn't speak or he doesn't write about the tendency of greedy. Option number C, describing a commonly held belief. A commonly held belief about people's behavior, and a belief, commonly belief, matches with the keyword general assumption. So I think the option would be C. Now let's come to 28. The next question, what point is made about Richard Dawkins' book The Selfish Genes? So point is made about the book The Selfish Genes, and when you are doing MCQs is type A question, and type A question which follows a sequence. So we are going to scan the second paragraph and our keywords, which is point is made and then the selfish genes. So here I can see that the name of the writer is mentioned, Richard Dawkins, book The Selfish Genes, which became popular because it fitted so well, justify the competitive and individualistic ethos that was so prevalent means which is all over presented in late 20th century society. So let's see what option is available for us to mark right. Its appeals lay in the radical nature. No, it's not. Its success was due to the scientific support it offered. No, because it presented a view that was in line with the attitudes of its time. And you can see the time was mentioned there. The time was late 20th century, and it says that it's so prevalent, means it was all widely spread at that time. So the answer would be C. Now let's come to next question. What does the writer suggest about the prehistoric era in the fourth paragraph? So prehistoric era, and was the suggestion in the fourth paragraph. Let's come to fourth paragraph. So this is the fourth paragraph. Remember prehistoric era, according to the estimates, they say 15,000 years ago. Human at that time were hunter-gatherers. People lived by hunting wild animals and collecting wild plants. Such small population densities unlikely that prehistoric hunter group to compete each other for resources. So this means that these people which were in the prehistoric time, they don't fight each other for resources. So let's see which option matches. Societies were more complex than many people believe. No, this is not the option. Supplies of natural resources were probably relatively plentiful. It's mean that the resources were in abundance because there was no fight for accumulating the resources. So option B is the answer. The last question, the writer refers to Bruce Noft's work as support for the idea. So the idea which creates by his contribution, let's see. So here we can see in the paragraph I that it's written that these negative traits should be seen as a later development, which means in the upcoming time, the results of environmental and psychological factors. So let's see which option matches. uh, Option A, selfishness is a relatively recent development in human societies. So it would be the option because it says recent developments, because it is written here that it's a later development. So recent development, later development matches with the option. So the answer would be A.